I can safely say that I helped build Amazon, Yahoo, and Auto House. With them on my car, as a Yankee fan and a showing off Yankee fan, meaning my memorabilia of Yankee is on my car, and as you could see, my number plate also said very Yankee. So I could say safely, and I know Massachusetts will remember me, especially in Westfield where I live on Union Street, with Auto House, with Yahoo, and Amazon on my car. So I can say, yes, I helped build them, but Auto House only give me 60 cents. And I'm going to tell you, Auto House have to give me back my money. They have to give me back my money, and I'm sending the IRS after them. They're too damn bold-faced. The 20 books that I bought in 2004 turned out to be the guiding light, one of the guiding light in this problem to show me, lead me into what Auto House was doing and not doing. And it really went far. It's a miracle. In 2004, I still live in Massachusetts then, I started to advertise my book. I bought 20 of my books from Auto House. They were at Liberty Drive in Indiana, in Bloomington, Indiana. I made posters and stick them in my posters of the book, Auto House, Yahoo, Amazon, and I stick them in the back window of my car, left and right, made stickers, flyers. So I started the ball of rolling, and I started contacting libraries and all sorts of different things, and to advertise my book. And I drove around for months with them on my car, these huge conglomerate. Meanwhile, since 1998, I did not get a quarterly report from when the name first book and they went to Auto House. I never got a quarterly report, not one, not even with a zero on it. I'm an author, yes, but I don't consider myself a writer. But I wrote my biography. My biography for me is a great accomplishment. And when you write a biography, and in my case, it took more than 20 years. Meanwhile, I had 3 children while I was doing this, and also hustling to put food on the table as a single parent. I wasn't married then, with my kids. And having done that, I consider what I did in writing my biography better than what a contractor would do when he take a contract to build a house, meaning that he make a contract for X, Y, and Z amount of money and accomplish the work. Some of them run off with your money. I didn't do that. I didn't run off with my time or procrastinate and all these sorts of stuff. I devoted time, money, energy, and love into writing my book. My husband, when I got married and we worked on the sea, when he couldn't find me, he used to come looking for me because we had separate cabin. We could sleep in any, because I'm a worker on board. I'm not a wife on board. I'm a worker on board, and I am married on board. Yes, but we had separate cabin. When I get fed up with him, I go in my cabin and write, and he will come looking for me, nowhere to find me. My writing stayed in my life longer than my husband. So I was married to my work, and I spend money on my work writing my biography. And what Auto House has done, I will not rest on them. They have to give me back my money. Yeah, I really expected. I think of it automatically. Just thought I would go along with the web page that first put my ebook on, but so when Auto House turned the switch and put the Easy Riders on my back, what could I do? You know what I mean? To be or not to be, you go along with what you have right now. So they are forever turning the switch, and money on demand it is not print on demand, it's money on demand. What you expected me to do? That's the way it was handed down to me. There's how you could find your book. That's how you're going to find. What am I going to say to people? How are you going to get my book? That's what was handed to me. To be or not to be, that's the way I did it. I did it just how it was handed to me. I didn't create that problem. They did. But as it turned out, I found out with this very low company that was recommended to me, you had was to do like something like $25,000 in advertisement. For me, I give Author House, Yahoo, and Amazon much more than that for the time expanding that I spend with those companies on my car. I mean to say, work it out and figure it out. Hey, they got a lot. And at the same time, whilst advertising my book, I had was to put in where my book could be found. I had to put in where my book could be found and show on sale. Is that criminology or is that a joke? This here was my number plate when I lived in Massachusetts. I never knew that the VY stand for very Yankee. So you know what that means as a Yankee fan to Red Sox. So you know I was a target then, even in the in the licensing office, you know. But anyway, I wanted to show this. This big one here was in my window, and when I became homeless to have privacy to sleep, I turned it over. I wrote on it and I turned it over. And I put 25,000 homeless seniors in New York, New York. So I could have some privacy to go to sleep. And Amazon, Yahoo, and Author House would not ever pay me for the advertisement I did for those companies on my brand new GM car. They could never do it. I know the price of advertisement. I used to work with a man in advertisement who bought my first Macintosh computer for me, and I was to pay him back in labor every week, go up there and scratch out, cut out my price, the price of my Friday pay to get to pay him back. He worked, he advertised for the best black magazine in America, okay? And I know the price of advertisement. Author House, Yahoo, and Amazon could never pay me back and would never pay me for the advertisement they got from me. At that time, I had no other option but to go along with whatever they had planned. So I did, I went along with advertisement. Author House charged me $90 to make this green, from blue to green. This is some of the advertisement I did in West Springfield in Massachusetts. I had hundreds of these. This one was just a bunch of peel off, hundreds of peel off I made. You could just take them off, stick them anywhere on anything. Sometimes I mail packages with them. So I did hundreds of these. I still have a few of these books hanging around. This is a picture that went in the back windows of my car put together with this picture. This is a new one that was remaining. I had a bigger one that fits up to this, and it will all fit in the window from one end of the glass to the other. This, as I said before, this was made, but this was the website given for the electrical version before I turned it into paperback. You can see that this is green and this is blue. So they can't say that I wasn't publicizing my book, and at the same time I was publicizing, as you know, you're a Yankee in Massachusetts, Red Sox fans don't want to see you. So when they see Amazon, and Yahoo and this on my car, they still investigate. Who is this woman? Who is this black pretty woman riding around with a Yankee cap and a Yankee all over her car and Amazon in her window? So they were checking out this. Now, Author House missed that because the amount of hits they get from Massachusetts, that's the difference. But I never got a penny for this advertisement. To me, Author House had the second best advertising scheme in the world. You pay us to publish your book, and then you have to pay. Then you pay to advertise us. You pay to advertise Yahoo, Author House, and all these people. So yes, they had a brilliant scheme. But it is the second. I'm not going to say which is the best because the best is my favorite. My favorite. So I think Author House was brilliant in that respect. I didn't mind doing it as long as you pay me my money. Give me my share. You don't keep everything and then next few years, the government is skinning my butt and my old ass shrivel up in a jail somewhere because they just compound fast, and what they say is law and master, and they're off with your buddy somewhere. So yes, no author, no lawyer can say I did not advertise these 3 companies on my card. They can't say it because it happened. It happened in Massachusetts and in Manhattan. This here is the first web page I got for my ebook from First Book. Them sending me the 60 cents in Buffalo is not the only thing that point to special interest, but it's one of the highlights. You have. I'm living with it, and I've been studying them for 20 years. As I said, it's like being operated on in an operating room without anesthetic, not even with a local anesthetic. So I'm looking at this, and at the same time, completely sober. When I didn't only advertise in Westfield, Massachusetts, when I came back to New York with my car, those signs, those advertisements stayed in my car window parked. In New York, I hardly drive my car. It parked on 170 3rd Street, uptown Washington Heights, where I was living at the time. It parked there for what, about 2 years or more, where I was living in the basement. So with all Author House, Yahoo, and everybody on my window, and Scott and everybody on my window, I didn't move it. And, I just went from one side to the street of the other, depending on how they was cleaning the street. Those signs remained in my car until I became homeless. When I became homeless, I turned it around in the back, and I wrote on the back of them, 25,000 people homeless in New York City. Anybody on 109th Street downtown could tell you that was marked up in my window. I turned the advertisement around and put homeless on it on the window, and that's where I slept. And this is where a lawyer come in handy. Remember when I started with ebook, they gave me a web page where I could go and find my book, and they gave me the link to it. So when they asked me to go paperback, print on demand, I thought, well, this will follow through. It would be the same thing, just go there and you'll find the print on demand or I could direct my friends or my family or customers there. But as it's this kind of a sneak in, I have to say, so I'm not paying full attention to this. All of a sudden, this hit me in the face with the established writers of Yahoo and Amazon. So I let it fly. I went along with it, but that's how it was. What I was expecting had changed. I had a web page that they gave me. They themselves, for that first book himself, gave me that. As I showed, that yellow page, they gave me that. So that was my expectation as I went along with print on demand. I expected it to follow through, but it had changed. They turned the switch. And then, they turned in the switch again. They're not sending you a monthly report, but suddenly you must pay them. I mean, the people is nuts. I advertised Author House, these 3 companies on my car. Now I am being terrorized with a Rocketbook and the IRS. So I am their bubbly, spend money for the advertisement. So now I'm their bubbly. Give me back my damn money, all right? Even lately, I received in 2018, around July or so, it's still in my email, requests to send the IRS tax number. And this is all believable for 60 cents. Is this madness, comedy, or what is it? I believe it's sophisticated criminology. Well, I got interested in baseball here in America mainly because I love rounders when I was a kid. But there's one of the nicest play in baseball that I got to learn, and I invested a lot of time learning baseball. Is the double play. So I have been, I got what they used to call a double whammy. Is really a double play between special interests. In other words, one hand terrorizing me to give information about divine order, or the house refuses to give me royalty, so they could use that to hype me at any time. So yes, I got dealt a terrible double play, but I am a terrible ball player myself, but I'm not a dirty ball player, and I know that I'm going to get them in the last innings. Trust me. And I did all of that advertisement in Western Massachusetts, Westfield, Massachusetts. I lived in Westfield, Massachusetts. I worked in Springfield, Massachusetts, right across from the Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame. Those company, Auto House and Yahoo and Auto House, Amazon, all of them, they were living symbols on my car. It's very important for me, whilst I have the strength and the opportunity to free my book from slavery, because, my ancestors went into slavery the same way, innocently captured and went into slavery. And slavery is work without pain. So it is very hard now for me to sit back and watch slave drivers run my book, eat, make the lion's share. So it's very important for me to take my book out of slavery. I know slavery when I see it, and my book is a slave. Please do not buy it. What a shame. I only got back 0.60 cents from Order House. They're run by the government. If nobody else can do like that, you can't do like that if you're not run by the government. You must have government ties somehow or the other. I spent over $5,000 writing my book since 1968. Now, don't tell me I sent my papers over to the Attorney General office and it came back. Both of them riding shotgun. Cat looking out for cats. That's all it is. I want back my money from Order House. And I hope by all God in heaven that the IRS get them, because they're criminals. They're sophisticated criminals. I want back my money. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me the opportunity to do this. I could not have done this without you. Thank you very much.